Well, what am I doing? I'm about to eat. What's for dinner? A whole plate of poop. Yeah. Why? I was told not to juice anymore. I was told to put away the juicer and never juice again because you lose all the fiber. Yeah. So all the fiber's wasted. So I was told stop juicing because it's wasting all the fiber. So why am I eating poop then? Because I thought about it. I eat celery sticks every day, and I eat lettuce, and I eat other things, and I'm just pooping out all the fiber, so I'm wasting fiber again too, right? You don't? Yeah, I was told not to juice by my nutritionist slash dietitian slash trainer slash doctor told me not to juice anymore because all the fiber is being thrown away. So what I did was I put like a screen in my toilet bowl, and when I poop, I can save the fiber, and then this way, because I was told never to juice because you lose all the fiber, it's such a waste that if I put the screen in my toilet bowl, I can save all the fiber that comes out of me, and then I figured I don't want to waste that fiber, so I better just eat it again. So I was sitting down to have a fibrous dinner. You think it's a bad idea? But what do I do? Because the nutritionist slash dietitian slash doctor slash chiropractor slash acupuncturist slash trainer told me stop juicing because you're wasting fiber and that you need the fiber, so don't juice anymore. So I said I better stop juicing, but then I realized where's all my fiber going that I eat? It's all wasted. It goes in the toilet. So I've been collecting it. Have I had any yet? I had some last night, and now I'm having a nice plate of poop tonight. Is it bad to do? Maybe. I don't know. I just don't want to waste the fiber. All right. Bad idea? Okay. Maybe I'll stop. Okay. All right. Bye. We're live! We're live, you guys. And one thing that you'll learn is that people don't know what they're talking about out there. That's what you're going to learn. And you're going to be scratching, fiber assessed, right? Chris, fiber assessed. You're going to be scratching your head when you hear about this information, okay? So what you're told, don't juice. Don't juice your celery. By the way, killer celery juicer sale. I'll talk about that later. But don't juice your celery because you're just wasting all that fiber, all that pulp. You're wasting it. Well, then now I'm kind of scratching my head on that one. Because is everybody eating their poop? Does everybody eat their poop? Because I'm confused. Does every nutritionist, dietitian, Chinese medicine doctor, acupuncturist, naturopathic doctor, trainer, health coach, are they all eating their shit? Because I need to know something. Like, what are they doing? Are they eating it? Because they're getting rid of all their fiber all day long. They're going to the bathroom. Everybody's going to the bathroom, and they're just dumping their fiber out of them, and it's going down into the sewer, and they're not saving it. All their fiber is going out into the sewer. So what about their wastage? How much wastage are they doing? And they're worried about some fiber that's coming from a juicer? I'm kind of confused about that one. And we don't digest fiber. We don't digest it. It's indigestible. You can't digest fiber. And we get plenty of fiber in all our food anyway, so why are they trying to stop you from drinking celery juice? They say that the fiber helps clean out your intestines. Yeah, but you get plenty of fiber to do that because no one's just living on juice and juice only. So you're getting plenty of fiber. You eat an apple, you're getting the fiber, getting the pulp and fiber. And the thing is you would never eat this much celery anyway because this is an herbal extraction. I'm going to go into that a little bit too, right? And they say fiber cleans you out, right? Well, who's not eating fiber? You're having your oatmeal, you got your fiber. You're having your vegetables, you're getting your fiber. You're having a piece of fruit, you get your fiber. You guys are getting your fiber. But attacking that celery juice and saying that you're losing all your fiber is the wrong way to look at it. because celery juice, that's an herbal extraction. That's what that is. It's an herbal extraction, you guys. So it's not supposed to have the fiber. So you're supposed to eat all that tea left over in your tea bag after you had your cup of tea. Is that what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to open it. I'm going to rip open the tea bag right here. And let me just do that. Let me rip open the tea bag and eat all the tea left over because I want to make sure I don't leave out the fiber. Your tea's an herbal extraction. It's herbal medicine. Your tea, meaning like your chamomile tea, your peppermint tea, your lemon balm tea, your licorice root tea. Just bought the book on Amazon, only $18. Wow, bless, incredible. The Medical Medium new edition, I want to tell you right now, this is like crazy. 49% off, revised and expanded, new edition on Amazon.com US, 49% off. It's unbelievable. It's like $19. And you guys, it costs more to make the book, print the book. It just does. Just so you know. So, you know, when you get a chance, check that out right there. And I don't control the pricing on Amazon. I have nothing to do with any of that. That's just Amazon controls that. So, you guys, what are you going to do? Are you going to just stop your herbal extraction because someone's telling you you're losing your fiber? Is that what's happening there? And you're being told that by somebody that doesn't even know how many people are healing around the world. And if they didn't know how many people are healing around the world and they're trying to stop you from healing, then they're just a downright evil person. Okay? So obviously they're totally out. They're totally gone. They missed the memo that all these people are healing. They missed the memo that there's tens of thousands of healing stories of people getting their lives back and celery juice being a big part of it. They missed the memo. So if you got somebody helping you that's giving you advice like that, saying, oh, you better not juice your celery because you need the fiber from your celery. You can still eat celery. You guys can still eat some sticks of celery. Everybody can still have a couple of sticks of celery. You guys, I see a bunch of you are getting kicked off of IG. I'm live on TikTok, you guys. You can go over to TikTok. I'm live there. I'm live on Clubhouse too, by the way. And you can have a stick of celery. You can have 4 sticks of celery if you want to sit there munching on it. You can get the fiber from that. You can get the fiber from your lettuce, your celery, from your apples. No one's taking that from you. But this is a medical device, and what you're doing is an herbal extraction. That's what you're doing. The fiber's not supposed to be there. You're creating herbal medicine. You can still have some celery sticks later on. You guys want a celery stick later on? Go ahead. Jennifer on Clubhouse, you can have a celery stick later on. John on Clubhouse, you can have a celery stick later on. So you can have 3 celery sticks. Go ahead, have your fiber. I'm not taking fiber away, but I'm saying, hey, this is an herbal extraction. This is herbal medicine. And so whether you have this juicer, and this juicer right here is $82 off, omegajuicers.com. That's where the sale is. It's 25% off. I'm going to run some celery in a minute anyway. And, so think about that right now. Just think about that. You're not going to lose your fiber. You can have your fiber. You can have it. And so I'm just going to, give you a rundown real quick right here. I'll give you a rundown. And we're going to be told all kinds of things that are going to confuse us out there. I wrote that in the Celery Juice book. I talked about the sabotage that was going to happen. The fiber talk, right? The sabotage in different levels to stop people from using celery. Just so you know, the industries hate celery. The farms like it because they're growing more celery than ever before. More than ever before. Selma Blair, I see you on there. Good to see you. I'm honored you're on here. Many blessings. Love you much. Love you dearly. Incredible talented, amazing human being. You guys, so think about that whole thing there. If celery juice is turning people's lives around, it's saved a lot of lives. It's reversed a lot of conditions. MD with Spirit, Dr. Fun. You've seen what celery juice is doing with your patients, right? Exactly. I mean, you talk about it all the time. And what's with the pushback? What's with the sabotage? That's because celery juice is like a thorn in the industry's back, in the medical industry's back, pharmaceutical industry's back. It's a thorn. So keep that in mind, because that's what it is. It's a thorn. Because the more and more people get better, the more and more healing tools you have, why do you think they're going to be taking away all your supplements down the road? Why do you think they're going to be taking things away? That's what the industries do. They're just going to be taking stuff away. Eventually, it's going to be illegal to have a juicer down the road. It'll be illegal to have a juicer down the road. That's what the industries are going to do as time goes on. The industries want everybody sick. They want everybody dying. You don't believe me? Just give it time. Give it time. And your defense is these gems. Learning how to juice celery. Okay? That's one of your defenses right there. Critical defenses. And so the sabotage is going to be out there. And it's going to be out there swimming around like, no, you lose all your fiber, don't juice. Well, I'm scratching my head on that because everybody's pooping all their fiber out of their body into their toilet. And no one's talking about all that wastage, truckloads and truckloads of fiber, because fiber's not digestible. Yeah, and you're not going to miss out on fiber just because you have an herbal extraction, just because you make yourself a powerful herbal tea and you want a nice lemon balm tea. Where's something going to go wrong there? Selma Blair, hi Selma, you really helped me build a bit of a foundation through all the chemicals put in me. And yes, I believe you. Look at the crazy crap we eat. Selma, you're so right. And Selma, you're seasoned in the world of health. Like, you're seasoned. I mean, there's no question. Like, the thing is with Selma is she knows so much about health, so much about wellness. And that's somebody I trust. Seasoned, and knows so much. And I'm honored to hear Selma. Amazing human being, and so good to see you. The industries really don't want people better. They all don't. And so celery's not going to get big accolades because you're not allowed to heal people with something that no one has control over, right? They just haven't. Eventually, they'll find a way to limit celery somewhere. They'll put some kind of crackdown on how many celery farms. They'll make up some kind of story. I talked about this in Celery Juice book. They'll make up some kind of story to how celery is bad for the planet because it's the #1 fresh produce crop in the world and it's taking over all the fields. They'll come up with something like that. They'll try to limit the powers. The evil powers will eventually try to limit celery growing, how much celery somebody can buy down the road. Even if it's after I'm not here anymore. I mean, seriously. And even so, I think Selma, I'm looking at that comment you just, yes, I'm living on this fume of basic health. Amazing. We aren't all cluttered. We can enjoy healing foods and our bodies love to adjust to health. Incredible knowledge. So, and if you think it's ridiculous to what I'm saying, right? If you think it's ridiculous to what I'm saying about how they're going to limit celery growing down the road, they are. Can mark my words here and now. Eventually, they will, because they're going to be like, okay, that's enough of that. They're going to stop growing it. They're going to put a halt on it. They're going to then, what they do grow, they're going to try to bottle up and give out a prescription down the road. It's not going to do anything for anybody. It has to be fresh celery juice, but that's what's going to happen down the road. So, as Kelly said, celery juice healed my asthma and no more caffeine. You got rid of the caffeine. I'll talk about that in a minute too, about how the caffeine burns out those stomach glands. Yeah. So anyway, look, you guys, just whatever you do, don't get thrown by that trickery out there about the fiber aspect. You're going to get fiber. You can eat your celery sticks every day. Chop them up. I chop them up. I put them in my salads, right? That's what I do. I do that. I'm getting plenty of fiber, right? But I also love the herbal medicine, the herbal extraction. And this is a medical tool is what it is. It's a medical tool. And that's what this is. And that's how you have to look at juicers. If you've got a juicer at home, that's your medical tool. That's your medical device. And it's the one I use. This one doesn't have metal gears, and that's why I like it, because, you know, the Medical Medium Heavy Metal Detox movie is about getting toxic heavy metals out of our body. That's what it is, about getting toxic heavy metals out of our body. And I just don't like too much metal on metal. I know we have to be exposed, and if you have a juicer and it's metal on metal, fine. But, you know, there's a lot of them with centrifuges with the metal, and there's all kinds of stuff like that. I love this one because it's minus that, so I don't have to get any kind of residue of metal in my system. And that's why I like the MM900 HDS. So it's the whole point. It's on sale. It's $82 off, you guys. OmegaJuicers.com. Check it out. The sale's 25% off. It's incredible. Let's talk about the gut, right? You guys hear a lot of stuff about the gut, okay? I bet. Good microorganisms. You need all your probiotics. You need all the good stuff in you, right? All the different gut health products. It's all about that's what you need inside of you, right? But no one knows some really important things that are critical. You have a defense mechanism inside of you, which is your hydrochloric acid, your HCl, right? And that HCl is what destroys the bad bacteria, because probiotics, good bacteria, good microorganisms don't go against the bad ones. Keep that in mind. They don't battle each other. So your bad bacteria, okay, your bad bacteria does not fight the good bacteria. It doesn't fight the good bacteria. They don't go into war with each other, okay? So you can eat all the probiotics you want. You can have all those different gut products with their theories behind them, but they don't battle each other. You can fill your guts up with all those probiotics and poop them out every single day, refill and poop them out, and refill and poop them out, and your bad bacteria is still going to be sitting in there thriving, living and thriving inside of you. It's still going to be there. It's still going to be there, okay? Because that bad bacteria rides on a different frequency, a different charge. Bad bacteria runs on a different charge. Good bacteria runs on a different charge. They don't conflict. They don't do anything. They don't go into battle. Their goals are entirely different. What they do inside of our body is entirely different. And that's how it works. AK Smile says this juicer really saves money. It does. I'm just letting you guys know. I know so many of you guys are always like, you know, stuff costs money, it costs money, and it's too much for this, too much for that. Well, that's why I like the juicer, because this juicer paid for itself over and over again. I know I said that before, and I'm trying not to sound like a broken record, but it did. It paid for itself over and over and over again. I used to buy so much celery. You guys have no idea. Cases and cases and cases and cases. Now it's half that amount. So the juicer paid for itself over and over again. What brand of juicer? It's Omega, O-M-E-G-A. OmegaJuicers.com, but it's not just Omega, it's the MM900 HDS. And people always ask me what juicer do I use, but I try to ignore it for weeks and weeks, and everybody's asking over and over again, like, what juicer does the Medical Medium use? And finally it all, you know, comes to a head. It all just pops, and I gotta be screaming it. It says juicer. What's the site? OmegaJuicers.com, O-M-E-G-A, juicers.com, $82 off. I'll show you how this works. I'm going to juice a little bit of celery. We're going to talk about how the microbiome really works inside your gut. What you guys need to do to rebuild your gut. Isn't that what you want? You guys want to rebuild your gut? Okay? One of the most powerful things you can do to rebuild your gut, if that's your goal, right? If that's your goal, is to juice celery. Most powerful thing you can do to rebuild your gut. Just keep that in mind, you guys. So important to know. One of the reasons is if you have any concern about mold, yeast, bad fungus, bacteria inside your gut, okay? If you're told you got parasites inside your gut, if you're told you got worms inside your gut, then what you should be doing is celery juice. That's what you should be doing. if you're dealing with any of that kind of concern, you're somebody being told, you're somebody you believe that you got bad microorganisms in your intestinal tract, every doctor's telling you, every single naturopath, every single conventional doctor, every single functional doctor, every single nutritionist is saying, you need your good bacteria. Whoever it is telling you this stuff, right? Then you should be getting celery juice inside of you and not high pressure pasteurization, because that's not going to work. HPP is not going to work. It can't work. The cells of whatever they juice is injured by high pressure pasteurization, right? That's how it works. So the cells, okay, inside the cell structures, inside that juice has been damaged by HPP, letting you know, right? That's an experimental pasteurization process, and you think your juice is raw. You think your juice is fresh. You think it's raw, you think it's fresh. Yep, lemon balm love, HPP, not for me. Exactly. So it's important to know how it works. And so what you want is you want fresh celery juice. That's what you want. You want the fresh stuff that's not high pressure pasteurization that's sitting on the shelf. You want the real thing is what you need. Really important to know. Does it need to be juiced daily? I mean, you can have, look, 24 hours is like the limit, I feel. But if you need it in the fridge for a couple days, it'll still be good in many ways. It'll still be good for you. It'll still have some strength in it. But I try to drink it the day I make it. Within that 24 hours, I try to drink it right away when I make it. I mean, that's your goal, is to try to drink it right away when you make it. So that's your goal. Drink it right away if you can, right? But if you're somebody that, like, gut health means everything to you, this is the number one thing to do. Why? Because you're rebuilding your HCl. And you're rebuilding your bile strength and bile reserves inside your gut, your liver. Okay? Your liver and your stomach is how you beat out bad gut health. It's your liver and your stomach. That's the very things that does it, that beats out that bad gut health. I'm just letting you guys know. It's your liver and your stomach. Two things that are really important to know. What makes your juicer the top recommendation? Phosphor. I'll show you right here. Okay? See that pulp? It's dry. That's why. And no other juicer does that. It's dry to the bone right there. That means the juice isn't in the pulp. It's not here. This bottom of this tray is dry. Bottom of that tray is dry. In my hand, it's dry, because I just dropped it everywhere. It's dry, right there. Does it juice just celery? No, it juices everything. Of course, everything. But it's got the celery attachment, and you can juice anything with it, with that attachment if you want to, right? And it's, you see what I'm holding right here? Dry pulp. Look at that. You know what that means? It's paid for itself over and over again for me. Okay, so I've used every juicer I've used, and this juicer right here has paid for itself. Never had a juicer pay for itself before in my life. Juicers are like just money suckers. That's what they've always been out there. All the centrifuge juicers, other cold press juicers, they're money suckers. The thing is, they're still good. If you have a juicer and it's the one you like, use it. Because you're still extracting your celery juice medicine, right? You're still extracting your celery juice medicine. So you can still use any juicer. But this one right here pays for itself. That's the difference right there. So what has it done? It's paid for itself over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. I mean, I don't even know what to say, because it's so awesome. So Okay. You guys are looking at all the celery juice right here, okay? And you guys are looking at that pulp right there, and it's dry in my hand. But it's not just any Omega juicer, so just don't get confused. It's the MM900 HDS. That's the juicer right there, okay? And when you own the juicer, you know, make sure, because in here, the celery juice attachment, right, that I'm pulling off, okay? Celery juice attachment, there's a green grommet in there, okay? If you don't have a green grommet, you call the company and you get your green grommet. It comes with the juicer. But if something happens where you lose a part or something goes, like, always call the company and ask for help. But the juicer's that amazing. So just letting you know, right? And here's what everybody's always asking me too, which is really cool, right? Is taking it apart. Like, is it easy? It's the easiest cleaning juicer I've ever had too. So I'm just telling you right now, okay? It's the easiest one I've ever had. So all I do is just rinse that out. Takes me a minute, I rinse it out. Boom, takes care of that, right? All I do is rinse out the gear. It's easy. So when people say, well, my juicer is really hard to clean. Yeah, juicers I've had, they're hard. And they take a lot to clean it. What I love about this one, it doesn't. It's incredible. Name of the juicer? It's Omega, O-M-E-G-A. It's the MM900 HDS. Link is in profile. That's the one, though. It's 25% off at omegajuicers.com. $82 off on this right now. $82 off. I'm working with the company, definitely. I'm working with the company. I've said that to you guys before, because what happens is when someone puts out something that actually can save people that much money, I want people to have that opportunity, 100%. And that's what I'm doing. But if anybody says, oh, he's trying to sell something, medical medium information is free, okay? It's free. You can get the books at the library. I give out free information 24/7 for years. I could put out products and be a billionaire tomorrow. There's that many millions of people, okay, around the world using medical medium information. If I put out products, a whole medical medium product line, okay, I could do it tomorrow. I could wake up tomorrow morning, make a phone call, and put out an entire medical medium product line, you guys. And millions of people will buy it. I can put out programs that are $2,000-$3,000 for a program, you guys, on TikTok. I can put out programs where you sign up to my program for $3,000, and then I take myself off the internet. I take myself off all the lives. I stop doing lives. I stop doing Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. I just stop. I disappear, and then I put out programs. If you want to talk to me and get information, sign up to my programs. 10 million people will sign up to my programs for $3,000 a piece. Do the math. Do the math. Do the math. What's 10 million people times $3,000? Do the math on that. I could do that tomorrow. Okay? So if anybody wants to kind of try to stick me in the back with a knife and say, oh, what's his commission on the juicer? What's he trying to do? Are you freaking kidding me? All medical medium information has been free and free and free for years. All of it for free. All of it for free. I could put out merch, tons of t-shirts and hats. I could put out a supplement line tomorrow. I can put out my own juicer line. I can put out everything medical medium tomorrow. I can sell programs tomorrow. Yeah. And millions of people will actually buy all the stuff, right? I'll be in some big ass mansion somewhere. And so think twice before I see a comment pop up about, oh, what's his commission? I think twice about that. Just think twice about that. When I go into something like I support a company like Omega because of this juicer, it's because I know it's going to save you guys tons of money. Because it saved me that much money. It pays for itself. So yeah. If I have to work with them to get you guys that whole thing where you guys actually have something, so you guys are using juicers that have metal, all that metal grinding against each other itself. You guys are using juicers that are you're losing all the juice through the pulp. So yeah, you better believe I'm going to stand behind a product. If that means working with the company, then that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And like I said, I could put a ton, everybody, all my friends call me out. Powerful people in the world I've helped out for years. Why don't you put your own line of everything out? You'll be a billionaire tomorrow. And I don't. The information's free. And yeah, if you want to save money on juicer, maybe that'll help me pay for all the free information I'm killing myself to put out there for everybody 24/7. All right. Anyway, you guys, this is what's incredible about the juicer. All right? That's the dry pulp. It's dry, and it's dry for a reason. It's the best one. You don't have all those metal gears, metal, everything. Just everything's metal in there rubbing against each other. Gone. And so I want to talk about a couple of cool things real quick, you guys, that are really important. I'm going to bring in anatomy. Let me move the juicer out of the way for a little bit. Anatomy specimen here. So here we go. So what you guys are looking at right now, you're looking at the liver, you're looking at the stomach, you're looking at the intestinal tract. And here's what celery does. The minute celery juice enters your mouth, it's killing off bacteria that causes your cavities, partially causes your cavities. That's what it's doing. It's killing bacteria, okay? Because celery juice has these sodium cluster salts. The research in science doesn't want to research and look at because there's no money in it for them. There just isn't. They're not going to spend $200 million to prove Anthony Williams right about why millions of people are healing around the world, because if there's no money in it, unless they take celery off the market, bottle it up, and prescribe it. And they will. They will down the road. This is not here yet. And so keep in mind that when you have celery juice enter your mouth, it's killing off things. H. pylori. H. pylori doesn't go away. Almost everybody has H. pylori, just so you know. And then we get into relationships and we catch somebody else's H. pylori. Now we got 2 varieties of H. pylori. Then we get into another relationship a few years later or whatever, or a week later or whatever, depending on how people live their lives. And then boom, you get another H. pylori, then another H. pylori. Some people they'll have to have 10 varieties of H. pylori inside their gut. And people will have 10 varieties of strep inside their gut, right? And this kind of bacteria doesn't die off from using good bacteria. So you can put all the good bacteria you want inside of you, and it's not going to kill off the bad bacteria. Celery juice, when celery juice enters your body, it's going after the bad bacteria. That's what it's doing. So if you guys are into gut health, and gut health is your thing, and it's all about gut health, you're learning such critical information right now. You really are. Yeah. So good bacteria doesn't battle or fight bad bacteria. That's the number one takeaway you got right there. Bad bacteria doesn't get in the way of good bacteria. Bad bacteria doesn't go away when you put good microorganisms and good bacteria inside of you. It doesn't get rid of bad bacteria. It doesn't go away. It stays inside of you. Everybody's collecting more and more bad bacteria all the time. They're collecting it from toilet seats. Yeah, from toilet seats, from public bathrooms. They're collecting it from drinking off people's glasses. They're collecting it from eating in restaurants. You think all the dishes are clean in the restaurants? You think all the dishes are clean in all the restaurants? You think all the glasses are clean? Everybody's lipstick on the glasses that you can't see anymore, but it's not completely washed off, and it's harboring, Simplex 1, and it's harboring bad bacteria. You think all the dishes and everything clean in all the restaurants? You think that stuff's all, the forks are all clean? Everybody's just passing around bacteria. We live in a world where bacteria is passed around. You guys get your packages from the delivery service, and your packages, you guys just grab your packages. It's got everything from the plague on it that's going around today to the flu that's going around to streptococcus from people not washing their hands when they go to bathroom. And you got a package that's been coughed on, spit on, stuff spilled on it as it's traveling, as it's getting passed along. And that package comes to your door. You answer the door, and then you put the package right on your kitchen counter. And you open it with your kids right there. Or you open it with your baby right there. Restaurants are so gross. As a server, I can tell you it's hella gross. Social 1890. Yeah, I know they're bad. I know they're gross. I know that's how it works. I mean, I know how bad restaurants can be, and I'm not trying to rip apart the restaurant industry. I'm just trying to protect the medical medium community wherever I can. Gotta be careful. I get it. So what do you do about the package? You gotta let it decant. Someone just asked me, what do you do about the package? So everybody takes their packages. Their package come to the door. They grab it with their hands. They're not even wearing gloves. They don't wash their hands after they grab the package. The package is loaded with bugs left and right. It's got grease on the bottom of the package from all the conveyor belts. They open the front door and they just grab the package. And then when they're sick a week later with the flu or anything else, they don't know why they got sick. Or they get a sty or chronic sinusitis, or they get a cough, or they get something else, or something else happens, or a UTI or whatever. And they don't realize it. They're touching all this just freshly, just contaminated packages. And then you take your package and you put it on your kitchen counter, or you put it on your cutting board. I see people put their packages on their cutting board. I see people put their packages on their beds. On social media, everybody's putting their package on their bed. They're like, well, I just got my package. Let me put the package on my bed. Oh, let me put my package next to my baby. Let me put the package on the kitchen counter. Let me put the package on the cutting board, right? So yeah, let me touch my face after I grab the package. Oh, let me grab that package and just rub my eyes and touch my face. Let me not even wash my hands. I'm going to make some food. Let me open up my package of produce, because, there's companies out there that sell a little bit of produce in a package. It's like, I got my fresh package of produce that I learned from somebody's YouTube, and I decided to buy into it, a program. Let me just grab that package and put it right on my kitchen counter, and let me just get the food out right now and start making it. And more exposure doesn't make you stronger, but more exposure to herbal medicine makes you stronger. More exposure to herbal medicine makes you stronger. Okay? That's what it does. So we go around, we catch all these H. pyloris. I was in a relationship here. Well, a year later, I'm in a new relationship. Just caught 2 more H. pylori. Now my gut is so filled with H. pylori. Oh, in another relationship, well, another. And then, or you find someone you want to spend the rest of your life with, and they've already collected 5 H. pylori, 10 H. pylori, so everybody's got so much H. pylori. Are you still on MeWe? Yes, Elaine, I'm still on MeWe, definitely. Check it out, because I want to tell you guys that on MeWe, I have, the Medical Medium account, right? I'm doing unique videos on MeWe, like things I don't talk about normally, videos that are a little different. It's just different content, so you want to check it out when you can. So we end up we get like a dozen, you can have a dozen H. pyloris until your stomach just blows up. Now you're bloated, you're sick, and the reason why you're sick is because you lost your hydrochloric acid. You lost your HCl. You've been doing caffeine all these years. You're doing apple cider vinegar. You're doing nutritional yeast, which isn't good for HCl. Yeast is terrible on the system. Stresses out your whole gut. So you're doing things that are destroying your stomach glands, right? So you got your stomach right here. People are just destroying, annihilating their stomach glands. Your stomach glands create your HCl. They create your hydrochloric acid. Your hydrochloric acid kills the H. pylori. The H. pylori. It does. If you guys are about gut health, this is the best gut health lesson you can have. And it's for free. And it's for free. For free. And so we walk around. We got all this stuff inside of us. We got all this strep inside of us. So if you've ever had acne, that means you have streptococcus in your system. We have all this strep, staph, C. diff, H. pylori, right? E. coli, we're filled with it, and then eventually, because we lose our HCl, it gets worse, it gets worse, it gets worse, it gets worse, and now you got digestive problems. Okay? And then because your hydrochloric acid was burned out from years of caffeine, years of chocolate, years of chocolate, years of chocolate, years of chocolate, years of caffeine, coffee drinks, espressos, more coffee drinks, more chocolate, matcha tea, green tea. And then on top of it, you're taught to fat yourself to death. Like just fat yourself to death. Lots of fats. And you just burn out your liver. You burn out your bile reserves. You burn out your HCl, your stomach glands in your stomach. And now you're a sucker. Now you're a sucker. That's where you end up. You end up being a sucker. I'll tell you why. Here's your probiotic. Here's your microorganism bottle. Here's your fermented food. That's going to fix you. It's not. Sucker alert, sucker alert. That's how it works. And then you're a sucker. Because now you're buying into all the gut health products everywhere. And then you're being told not to drink your celery juice by somebody who's selling you gut health products. And then you become a sucker. When you need something to build up your HCl, because your hydrochloric acid is where it's at. That is your bug killer. You get into a new relationship and your HCl is nice and strong, and you get into a new relationship, your HCl is going to destroy 3 or 4 of those H. pylorys that new partner that you have has. You meet your new wife, your new husband, soon to be husband and everything, and the other person has 4 or 5 H. pylorys, 2 simplex ones, they have strep all in their system. And you're going to need your HCl so you can have a non-sick relationship throughout your life. You need your HCl is what you need. So you can have a relationship in your life where you're not getting sick and you're not like all of a sudden, you're in a relationship and it happens all the time. People are just sick every day. They're sick every day. They lose their hydrochloric acid, their fighting tool, their fighting weapon to keep us healthy. But when you build your HCl back, you're now getting stronger. So Shai says, wow, that's for this information I never knew. This just, never knew this, just found you now. Incredible. I think that it's important to know, you guys, like, there's a reason why celery juice is bringing people back. There's a reason why. Yeah, IG pushed you out. Yeah, I know. They're keeping it like they're keeping everybody. They're booting everybody. Go to TikTok if you can. Go watch me on TikTok live right now. If you could get on to TikTok, try to get on there and watch live. I'm also live on Clubhouse too. So the goal is when you're drinking your celery juice, to give you guys a rundown right here, you drink your celery juice. It's going down here. And the sodium cluster salts are starting to break down the bad bacteria. Starting to annihilate some of the H. pylori that sits inside the stomach. The H. pylori that sits inside the stomach, right? It gets into the liver and it starts to break down strep eventually. But it goes through your intestinal tract and starts to break down C. diff and staph and fungus and yeast and mold is what it does. You know how you keep yeast alive? The bad yeast alive in your gut. You keep on eating yeast. That's a way to keep yeast alive. Keep that in mind. So every time everybody's doing their nutritional yeast, the vegans are dumping it on all their food. Then when the vegans get sick after their ACV and all the nutritional yeast and all the chocolate they're eating, and they get sick, they go running back to animal protein, like screaming back, I better be on animal protein again. I'm missing something, I'm missing something, I'm missing something. And they just run back screaming and crying. And that happens all the time with the vegans and plant-based people. Some animal protein people too. They're on this really good animal protein keto diet or something, and then they end up running to vegan because they're getting sick and they don't know why either. And they're still using things like nutritional yeast and other stuff. But if you want to keep the bad yeast alive, make sure you keep on dumping yeast in your system. That's one way of keeping it alive, the bad yeast. But to kill yeast that just grows inside of us that shouldn't be here, we need our HCl, our hydrochloric acid. People are getting better. Carrie, you're getting kicked off on IG? I bet. Everybody is. I could see it. Just go to TikTok if you can. Or Clubhouse if you want. You need your HCl to protect you. It's critical. It's one of the big things. One of the big parts of why celery juice is so important. And then it builds up your liver, your bile reserves. You see this right here? See your gallbladder, you guys? See your gallbladder? It's filled with shit. Everybody's gallbladder is filled with shit. Just so you know. It's filled with junk, garbage. It's filled with crap from the past, right from the beginning. Your gallbladder is filled with gunk, junk. And that gallbladder doesn't clean up until you clean it up. Celery juice is cleaning up everybody's gallbladder. It's a whole nother reason why people start getting better. Trisha Marie, in the moon meditation, the moon has been the right window the past 2 nights, mornings when doing the moon meditation. It really is. It's incredible. The moon is at the right place right now in general to do the moon meditation. Medical Medium Podcast at Apple Podcast. Check out the episode, the moon meditation, another free thing. I could literally take the moon meditation, take it and get it off of there for free and charge people to have access for that. And I don't. It's free. Everything's free. It's a free podcast. No advertisers, no commercials. The YouTubes have no commercials and advertisers. I do that purposely. I try to keep everything free. And you did the meditation, the moon meditation, incredible. We should drink it all the time. Just drink it every day. Celery juice should be something that's every day in your life, right? Every day in your life. I bet you if no one drank celery juice during 2020, no one drank it. Just say no one drank it. Be a lot more sicker people for 2020. It's keeping people healthy and keeping part of the world healthy. It is important to know. Literally nobody, Cold White Spring says, literally nobody has everything free like this. Cold White Spring, you know too, because I've read some of your comments, like you're seasoned and you've been around in the world of health for a long time. And you know. But I love when someone new pops up and they're just like, oh, he's trying to sell something. It's incredible, really. But you got to just laugh about it. So I'm going to put the dummy over here. Back here, you guys. So anyway, the bottom line when it comes down to celery juice, a couple of things. I want to give you guys some powerful notes right here. You're doing your herbal medicine. It's an herbal extraction. When you're using a juicer of any kind, you're using a medical tool. People are going to need that medical tool for what's coming in the future because people are just getting sicker and sicker, right? Christine says, thank you for keeping everything free. If you changed what you are, if you charged what you are with, I wouldn't be able to be healthy. No advertisements either. I'm honored you see it and know what's happening, And yeah, I'm working with the mega, absolutely. And what little that comes to me because of it, okay, it has to go back in to making sure I can do as much free stuff as I possibly can nonstop. It's number one. But just trying to do the free stuff. But you guys, a couple of cool things. I'm just letting you know as a reminder if you just got on here. The new edition, it's unbelievable, but it's 49% off Amazon.com US. Seriously. This is a chance to get a copy for a friend, a family member. This book right here is already helped heal millions worldwide. I don't control the prices. It's $19. It's the revised and expanded new edition. So you won't be disappointed with that book. The book is it's such an incredible book. So, quick rundown. When someone tells you about the fiber, you're wasting fiber, you're running your celery juice, you're wasting your fiber, you know that's not true. That's not true at all. Unless you're saving your feces in your toilet and saving all your fiber and using it for something, no one's saving their fiber. No one is. It's all getting out. It's all getting out of the body. It's going down the waste. It's going down the septic. Important to know. If you're juicing celery juice, you're still going to get all the fiber in the world that you're eating because you're still eating your celery sticks, right? You're throwing them in salads. You're still eating other things. You're still having your apples. You're still having your fruit. Still having your watermelon. You're still eating, right? You're still eating your lettuce, okay? Let's talk about microorganisms now. What you guys are seeing in my hand right here is my own garden lettuce. You're looking at it right here. So that's my garden lettuce in my hand as we speak. Okay. Now, what's incredible about my garden lettuce is it has the same thing on it as your garden lettuce. Your garden lettuce. It has the same thing on it as your garden parsley, your garden sage, your garden thyme, your garden blueberries. Whatever you grow, it has something on it that you guys have. And it's elevated biotics. Billions of microorganisms are on this right now. There's a difference when you grow it yourself. And then You pluck it out of the garden. You can give it a light rinse if you want to get any dirt that you see that's floating around. It won't hurt the elevated biotics. But this is the microorganism right here that produces your B12. And most people don't have it. It's burned out of them. And they've lost it, and it's burned out of them. So if you grow a little parsley out of a little planter's pot, if you grow some sprouts on your counter, you're bringing the elevated biotics into your life. These are the elevated biotics, the microorganisms that go down into your ileum and rebuild your B12. These are them. But people don't have enough of them, so you need B12. And that's critical. That's the B12 I still use because I'm not eating out of the garden all the time. It's rare. It's rare when it happens, when I grow a head of lettuce or something. For me, I'm busy. I got a lot going on. So I do a B12. That's the Vimergy B12. V as in Victor, IMERGY, for anybody who's asked about what supplements I take. I'm not sponsored. I don't own the company. But that's the B12. That is an incredible B12. Adenosylcobalamin, methylcobalamin, both combined. So that's why I'm always saying to everybody, B12 is important. Every time a doctor reaches out, like, what's one of the most important things? I'm like, B12. B12. Because we don't produce our own B12 anymore. Not everybody's able to eat out of the garden every single day of their life, pick fresh raspberries, pick fresh blackberries right off the vine that has all the microorganisms on it, pick fresh parsley every single day, grow your sprouts every single day. People don't have that opportunity. And so that's why it's critical to have a B12 in your life. Ask your doctor what's right for you, but this is the one I recommend for family and friends. It's the Vimergy, V as in Victor, IMERGY.com, right there. That's the B12. What I do is, I take 2, 3, 4 dropperfuls a day, and that's what I do. Do what your doctor says for you. But this is still critical because when you do get an opportunity and you do get the microorganisms inside of you, the elevated biotics, they camp out in your ileum and produce some B12. So that's important too, right? And you can put all the fermented foods in you guys. You can put all the fermented foods in you. You can put all of that in you. You can put all of the probiotics in you. You can put all the gut health products in you. And you will not put one single elevated microorganism in your ileum because those are probiotics, fermented food bacteria that's on death, things that die. When an animal dies on the road, when an animal dies in the woods, it gets engulfed by bacteria that engulfs death. When you kill something and ferment it, so when you kill a mushroom, when you kill anything, lettuce, when you kill a vegetable and you ferment it, cabbage, and then those microorganisms thrive on death, something that died. So when you kill your produce, it's microorganisms that are on death. That's not the kind that create life inside of us, just so you know. And that's important to understand. If you get food that's from a grocery store, you have to wash it. And you lose all the elevated biotics. But you have to wash it because it's a trade-off. If you don't wash it, you might end up with the plague that's going around, or the new plague that's coming around, or the new flu, or the other flu, or whatever. And when you go to the farmer's market, it's important to wash your produce too. When you grow it in your own garden, you're not getting contamination. A lot of farms, a lot of produce farms at farmers markets also have livestock. They do meat, they do other things. So there's cross-contamination on your farmer's market produce. So you have to wash your farmer's market produce. You have to wash your produce from the store. You can get E. coli, you can get salmonella, you can get other things. So it's important to wash your stuff, right? When you grow it in your garden, you can get the elevated biotics, the microorganisms that Spirit of Compassion has always taught me about. You can get that through your garden, right? Crystal says, where do I talk about the plague in depth? In a book right here that's on sale right now, 49% off, Amazon.com US. It's a medical textbook. It costs more money to print this book. Way more money to print this book. You can get it free at the library too. I'm giving you guys critical key information. I'm pouring my heart out. Making sure you have tools to heal is what I'm doing here, okay? Teaching you guys about what happens if you grow a little bit of parsley in a pot outside your apartment, or you have a little piece of land or something wherever you're living, and you grow a head of lettuce. That's the elevated biotic that fills your ileum and gives you B12, produces B12. But if you get the farmer's market, which is I want you guys to buy farmer's market and buy your stuff at stores, not just farmer's market, wherever, at the grocery store, every place you need. But you have to wash it. You have to wash it. Because you can get the salmonella cross-contamination, the E. coli cross-contamination. You can get the plague. You can get something that is on that produce. When you go to the grocery store, there's 100 people handled that head of lettuce. They stuck their hands in the lettuce pile. They didn't wash their hands. They're touching their carriages. They went to the bathroom. Probably didn't wash their hands good. They're touching through all the different produce in the produce aisle. All the apples are touched by 100 people going through them, picking the ones they want. Their fingernails all go through the zucchinis. That's why you see all those little cuts in the zucchinis and everything. In the cucumbers, you see little cuts. Fingernails, everybody's fingernails are going into the cucumbers and into the zucchinis. So you have to wash them. So we don't get the elevated biotic, but the trade-off is good. It's still good. You still have to buy your produce at the grocery store. You still have to eat healthy to heal. And you can, but when you grow your own, all you got to do is give it a light rinse, get the dirt off. And no one's sticking their fingernails in there. No one's got strep under their fingernails. No one's got HPV under their fingernails. No one's got, you can go in the store and it's like HPV on people's hands. Lots of HPV is on their hands. Lots of stuff is on their hands, right? And they're touching through everything. And the people that packed it went into the grocery store. And their colognes and their perfumes are on your produce. People walking around, they got cologne on their wrists, they got perfume on their hands, they got hairspray on their hands. They're touching all your produce. So you have to wash it in the stores. The Holistic Journey said, oh my God, so true about the nails. It is so true, right? Excellent tips. Is the medical meeting being productive today? Is the medical meeting being productive today and giving you guys good tips? Yep. Kathy says the spray for mosquitoes in New York, all over the gardens. Absolutely. They spray for mosquitoes all through New York. New York is one of the spray capitals. They just, mosquito spray companies, the chemical companies, have contracts with people in New York. They just dump it on people 24/7. They dump it on people 24/7. Chemtrails drop on our produce. But on produce. But it's okay when it's your own garden produce and you give it a rinse, because the microorganisms, the elevated biotics on your garden produce is something so critical. So important. You can't grow a garden, sprout some sprouts on your counter. You're going to get a little bit of those microorganisms right off the sprouts. You know who puts those microorganisms on your sprouts on the counter? Okay? You know how they even get there? They blow in through the front door. You open your front door of your house in your kitchen, or your kitchen door, you open it, and the air blows in these microorganisms, and they land on your sprouts as your sprouts are growing. It's like a miracle. You know, so all this information is vital, okay? And, but one thing you'll find about medical medium information is it makes sense. And what you'll find out there when you hear podcasts in health and you hear podcast doctors in health, you can poke a billion holes in everything they're saying. Spirit of Compassion told me that when I was younger. And it came true. You can poke a million holes in the fake BS that's out there about what you need in your gut, about why you're sick, about all of it. And it's sad. And that's why everybody stays sick and stays sick. You know what I remember? I remember a world, and I wonder if you guys remember this world, if you guys are old enough. I remember a world just 10 years ago, 8 years ago. If you got sick with chronic illness, you stayed sick with chronic illness. And it didn't matter who in alternative medicine was offering what, you didn't get better. That's the world that was. Medical Medium book, the new edition right here I'm holding, the first book, the original book that came out, okay, was the first time the ice was broke. The first time the dam was broken, where people actually could heal for the first time with chronic illness away from the propaganda and jargon of the alternative health industry and conventional health industry. And it's critical to know you have that tool right here. You can get it free at the library or on sale, which is amazing right now. That's an insane sale, 49% off. The juicer is $82 off. It's the MM900 HDS. It's really great. It's nice and light. I don't even know what to say. Easy to clean. I clean it so fast in the morning. Do the moon meditation, you guys, when you get a chance. Medical Medium podcast at Apple Podcasts. Docu-series style podcast episodes. Check them out. The moon meditation. I'm going to do the moon meditation tonight. It's still a full moon. Still a full moon. Hey, Chris, thanks for telling everybody it's the MM900 HDS. I really appreciate that. Love you for it. You guys, I just wanted to run down a lot of information that's powerful, critical, takeaways left and right. I want you guys to have information, know how to heal, learn why you're drinking celery juice, learn how your gut works a little bit. And we'll do more of that. And I'll try not to wear the fly costume too much on you guys. You know I like to have some fun with you. Although I don't know. Might be the fly. Where's the moon meditation? This channel, it's Medical Medium Podcast at Apple Podcast. That's where the moon meditation is. It's for free. It's a powerful way to heal. I love you guys. Can you get the MM900 on Amazon? It's at omegajuicer.com. That's where the sale is. omegajuicers.com. So omega.com. That's the MM900 HDS at omegajuicers.com. That's where the sale is. It's $82 off. Link in profile. You love the fly? Sophie says I love the fly. I'll do the fly again. I will. Nourish says, I love this community. So much love in here. It's the strongest community there is in natural health. I'm going to tell you right now. It's the strongest because you guys have been through hell and back. You guys are fighters. You guys are the strongest community there are. The most spiritual community there are. You know why you're the most spiritual community? Okay? You know why? You guys have been through hell and back, and we spiritually grow when we go through that. When you rise out of those ashes, you spiritually grow. Okay? And plus the information you use comes from above. And it's funny, if everybody's so spiritual out there, how is it hard to think that information that's healing millions out there in the world comes from a place above? This unique information, original information. If everybody's so spiritual, then why is everybody just throwing shade at the medical medium, causing spiritual racism and at the medical medium and discrimination? If everybody's so spiritual these days. But you guys are spiritual. You guys are unbelievable. I love you guys. And let's do this again Saturday. Let's do a Saturday night live together. I'll see you guys then. Bless you guys.